hopefully you can see me too. And I've got with me, my name is Susana Lopez-Querol. I'm the program director for this MSc. And also I have with me two brilliant students, current students in the degree. They are Yunye and Andrew. Can you please say hello? Hello. So you will have, at the end of this presentation, you will have the opportunity to ask them questions if you want, because it might be the case that you prefer to know their opinion instead of mine. I have prepared a presentation which will last for about 20 minutes, and after that you will have the opportunity to ask questions through the chat, and we will try to respond most of them or all of them. And also this presentation is being recorded, so you will have also the opportunity to watch it again later. There are a number of links that won't work in my presentation, but you can click on them as you are seeing the presentation, so you can see what it looks like in your computers. Okay, so I think now it's time to start. And well, this is the MSc and Civil Engineering department. This is the Civil Engineering degree. So this is in UCL. You know, UCL is University College London. Just to give you a little bit of background about this institution, we are a leading and multidisciplinary university with more than 11,000 staff. It's a big number, and 38,000 students from around 150 different countries. This university was founded in 1826 and is in central London. And it was the first university in England to welcome students of any class, religion, and also the first one where women were welcomed in equal terms with men. This is meant to be our founder, Jeremy Bentham. This is what the legend says, but actually that's not 100% true. He was around at the early stages of the university, and he was, of course, involved in all the definition and the ethos of this institution, but he wasn't the founder himself. But he was very keen on being around forever, and he is still with us. So you will have the opportunity to meet him in person in one of our corridors, and you can say hello to him, and he might respond to you or not. I hope not. You can try. I'm very proud to present you the rankings of this institution. This information is not updated because it is out of 2017, but you will see that according to many of the rankings, we are always on top. So we are a top institution. The information in 2019 allocates us in the 8th place in the QS World Ranking, and we are consistently in the top 10. So this is a great institution to work and to study. And this is how our department looks like. You can see on the left-hand side of this slide is the Chadwick building. This is the building where we are and where you will join us in case you come in September. I'm proud to say that this is the first civil engineering department in the UK. It was founded 190 years ago by Professor John Millington. We are celebrating the 190 years now. These are the main contact people within the department. You, depending if you have already submitted your application or not, you might have had contacted us before. Mostly the three last. Paulina Piari is our degree programs administrator. Mr. Macfer Weather is the departmental administrator, and myself, I'm the program director. And then also escalating in the hierarchy of the department, we've got Miss Liz Jones, who is the director of studies, and Professor Jose Torero, who is the head of the department. You will have the opportunity to meet all of them, or all of us, in September when you join. The program is organized in a number of routes. These are the routes that we are currently delivering this academic year. So you can see here 7 routes, including the first one, which is the generic route, the civil engineering. But also there are a number of routes, specialized routes in different subjects. We've got the environmental systems, we've got the seismic design, GIS, surveying, infrastructure planning, and integrated design. Then all of them are equally accredited by JBM. For all of you who are familiar with JBM, I'm not familiar with JBM, this is the Joint Board Moderator, and is the institution which joins three professional bodies, the main professional bodies in the UK. Actually, they are the Institution of Civil Engineers, the Institution of Structural Engineers, and the Institution of Highway Engineers. And accreditation means that once you conclude this degree, you will have the opportunity to become chartered engineer in the UK. After this, the next coming year, we are also delivering two additional routes, the urban railways and fluids routes, which still they are not accredited, but will be accredited by the end of the next academic year. So also all of them we will be equally accredited. This is like the structure. It's a generic structure. So as you can see, there's the inclusion of the new routes. You can see in vertical in the columns the different routes, not all of them, as I say, because the information for the last one is not here, but this is just to show you the structure of the degree. On top you have the four compulsory modules that you will have to take in all of them. For example, in civil engineering, you see there is 3 modules, which are advanced structures, advanced soil mechanics, roads, underground, and infrastructure. And also you've got the project management. These are 4 modules which are compulsory. You don't have to select them. Depending on the route that you do, you have to attend these 4 modules. And then you've got 4 optional modules to select at the bottom of this, or in the middle of this slide. You've got a long list and you have to select them. Depending on your interests and depending on what you want to do in the future or your professional activity, or depending on your background. But the important thing, as I will emphasize a lot today and also when you join us in September, is that you have to select them avoiding any clash in the timetable. It means that you cannot select a module which is clashing, there is a clash with a compulsory, for example. To conclude, just for the structure, I would say that the optional modules and the compulsory modules are delivered during the first 2 terms. So you will finish them by March or so. Then you do your exams, and then you conclude the degree with your research project that you can see at the bottom of this slide. And you will be working on this during the summer term. Now we are working in the research project, and you will have to submit it by the beginning of September, and then you should be done with the degree. This is like the timetable looks like for one of the routes. This is the generic route. You can see names in here. You see on top the first term. You see at the bottom the second term, and you see the days in the week. So this is a weekly timetable, and you can see names on there. The pink ones means the compulsory modules, which do not clash one to each other. You do not need to know what's the meaning of each one of them because they are in the list. But what you can see here is, for example, on Monday from 11 to 1, there is 3 modules at the same time. It means that you cannot select 2 modules clashing. You cannot select at the same time the CEGE 0098 and the CEGE 0016 because there is a clash. So you always need to have this in mind when you make your selections. This is a preliminary list of optional modules. You will have complete information about them in our website, so you can see the website. I will show the link in a minute to you, and then you can check the contents of all of these modules. And also, if you've got any question, please do mail me, because I will give you updated information about everything. My suggestions in order to select the modules are that you need to think ahead to what you want to achieve. If you want to achieve a specialization in structural engineering, you have to select modules related to that. If you want to become a specialized geotechnical engineer, you have to select modules related to that. If you want to combine different skills or knowledge or background, then you need to combine different contents on different modules. So think ahead. Also, you need to, as I said, you need to prevent the clashes. And also, if you want to do the advanced structures, you need to have a background in structures. So you need to be careful with the prerequisites to select your preferred options. It's always good to ask. So if you've got a question or you are in doubt, it's better to ask to the module coordinator. This is the link which I'm not going to click on because it's not going to work in my computer, but you can click in your computers and then the program page will come up and you will see the structure, you will see all the routes, and clicking in all the groups, you will see generic information and also detailed information about all the modules. And as I said, you can also ask me. I will be very happy to help if I can. Once you enroll, you will be given access to our Moodle platform. The Moodle platform is an online platform through which we will do all our communications with you. You will make your submissions for your coursework through this platform, and also you will be provided with all the information through this platform. So everything is going to happen online. Sometimes you will have to submit some coursework as hard copies, but most of the things happen online. So this is, we will give you information about this during the induction week. So you will learn how to use this, or you might be familiar because Moodle is a very popular platform. This is also something very interesting for you to check currently. So you can start checking the connections and opportunities for new students. And then you can get some information, general information about UCL through this page. There is very important information for you, which is highlighted in this slide in red, the support and well-being. There is a service to support new students. Sometimes the start of the year is very stressful because sometimes you come from another country or you don't, it's the first time that you are away from home, or you struggle to find social activities, or you struggle for whatever the reason, economically. There are a number of things that might happen, and we have a support service which I recommend you to contact in case you need. There is also an application which is similar to Google Maps, but it's called UCL Maps. You can, if you just Google UCL Maps, something like this will come up. And then, because our campus is a huge campus, I said that we have 38,000 students, so you can imagine that this is not a small place. And then sometimes in your timetable, you need to move from one side to another in the campus, and it's always good to know where you have to go. So then this is an app that I highly recommend you to use, because just also gives you the fastest way to move from one way to another. This is a mobile app, which is very useful. I find it very useful. This is called UCL Go. And then you can download it in your phones. You have access to your personal timetable. I didn't say that when you join us and you enroll in the modules, you will have a personal timetable which is unique to you. So at all times you will know where you have to go and when you have to go. And then through this application, you have this information in your mobile phone. Also, you will have access to the UCL library. You will have a campus map, availability for the PCs, and you will have information about transport and many, many other things. So this is something that I recommend you to use. The students around me will tell you if this is useful or not. You might ask them about this if you want. This is the link for the library. The library that you have to use, we have many libraries in the campus, as you can imagine. It's a big place. But the one you will use is the science library. And you can also check the contents online and the services online through this website, so that you can explore all the books that they are available, and also the electronic sources through this website. So just clicking in the boxes here or searching the boxes here, you will find if whatever you're looking for is here or not. Sometimes we have, as you can imagine, we have a huge number of international students, and sometimes there are students who need support for languages, for English. So we've got the UCL Center for Languages and International Education. You have the link in there. And normally we identify the first day those students who need this help. Also, we've got people within the department who might support you, but this is highly recommended because they run short courses which you might need help for. It's not only just communicating, it's also writing essays. So you might be able, you will be assessed by written work, so you might be able to talk, to understand, and to write. The first week, which is the last week of September, we have the induction week. This is the timetable for the induction week for the last year, or this year that we have. We will have an updated version of this, the induction week, for the next coming year, which is will happen the last week in September, and will look like something similar to this. So just to give you an overview and general information, the induction week runs from Monday to Friday, and then we'll have a number of welcome talks. We'll have a number of visits within the department and also general visits in the university and the campus. You will have also the opportunity to meet people of the careers progression. We will give you talks about introduction to the IT, also Moodle, a little bit of training in Moodle. Also, you will join, if you want, people from the Institution of Civil Engineers who will give you information on how to become a student member. And the last day, which is kind of celebration, the Friday, we will run a party, which is not what is mentioned here, the social event. So we will run a party for us to network a little bit, to get used one to each other. And also you will meet the head of the department normally, and the director of studies, and the relevant people within the department. There is a very recommended, if you are thinking on getting a job after the MSc, there is a number of people that you might need to contact. And for now, you can start checking is the UCL Career Service, which gives you general information about to get to look for a job, an opportunity, and also specialized in engineering careers. Here at the bottom, you've got the UCL Engineering Careers, and then there is information that you can look for in the social media. This is how the website of the engineering careers look like. Here you've got general information about how to make an application for a job, how to prepare a CV, how to do an interview, how to contact people to start looking for jobs. My two students around also can give you some information, because at least one of them is very expert on this. These are the number of institutions who support our degree. I mentioned three of them at the beginning: the Institution of Civil Engineers, the Institution of Structural Engineers, the Institution of Highway Engineers, but there are many others, and many others that are not here. We have a number of activities linked with them, and also they come to give talks and presentations, and you might be interested in connecting them to start thinking on your future career. This is very important, and it's something that we will tell you from the first day you arrive. We are very strict with plagiarism. Plagiarism is forbidden in this degree. And then I know a number of students during the last couple of years who didn't complete because of plagiarism. We've got a very strict standards and policy at UCL, and it's not tolerated at all. We will track every single piece of work that you submit against plagiarism. We've got a detection software for this. And then if you are struggling because you don't know how to make to cite previous work, you have to ask us how to do that. If you are struggling because you are under pressure with deadlines, you also have to contact us, and potentially we can grant you extensions, but never copy, because it's very easy to catch you. So it's something that you are not. From now, I have to tell you, we will be very strict with this. Don't plagiarize. I'm not sure if it is clear enough. I hope so. 3 advices. You have to attend all your lectures. We track the attendance, so attendance is compulsory. If you miss more than 20% of lectures, we won't consider you for progression in this degree. So you have to attend. It's not working if you decide to attend half of the lectures. Okay. You have to submit your coursework on time, properly and on time, and you have to be professional with your classmates and also with the academics. Normally, we will provide you feedback in 4 weeks, not later than that. Sometimes there are exceptional circumstances and academics cannot do that because they have many other commitments, but we will try to keep these under the 4 weeks. We have a policy about this. Also, we have a system in place to make sure that it happens, but if it doesn't happen for whatever reason, we will ask you to report through this email. And if you have a question or you have a problem with an academic or you want to know what's your feedback, the best thing to do is always try to contact your academic. Then if this academic cannot solve your question, then you will be assigned to a personal tutor who is the single point of contact. And then if it doesn't work, you have to escalate the problem and you can reach the head of the department potentially. But first, please remember to try to contact the academics, is the things that we will try to emphasize always. You will be here with us during 1 year, and 1 year is a long time with many things to do, but also it's a good opportunity to socialize, to meet other people, to do interesting things. London is an amazing place with a lot of opportunities. So we will try to help you at the beginning with organizing social events and parties and things like that. We will also have student reps which will try to trigger this social activity within you, organizing trips and so on. But it's something that will mostly come from you. So this is something that I highly recommend you because it's 1 year flies. My students here told me before the beginning of this virtual open day. It's also a good time to meet with people that might be interesting for you in the future. So this is highly recommended for you to network and meet people during your time here. That's pretty much all I have to do, just to remind you that the deadline for your application, if you are still thinking of this, is the 26th of July. Still, you've got the opportunity to submit your application. We are more or less full booked at the moment, so if you want to get a position, just my recommendation is apply soon, because we might be closing earlier than 26. So do it as soon as possible. For the general route and the IDP, the Integrated Design Project, we are almost done. So unless you are a very, very good student, it's very unlikely, or very good applicant with a very high marks, first class or so, it's very unlikely that we can consider your application. But for the others, we still have some availability. But as I say, we are almost done, so do it as soon as possible if you want to guarantee your place. This link is also, the one you can see in the center of this slide, is the general website for the department and the MSc. Whatever the information you need might be here, but also please do not hesitate to contact me directly via email if you've got any question. There is some social media, the information that you can see here, and that's, I think, everything for me. If you have any question, I will be happy to solve them, and also my students. I think you have to chat. You have to do it chatting. Okay. Feel free, and don't be shy.